Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button before I dive in to this story. Uh, you'll want to hear about some One Piece characters who made a big splash, but only for a brief moment in the spotlight. Uh, ever wonder about characters whose strengths dazzled us, but they only shined in one specific arc? Let's take a journey through the series to highlight some of these fascinating figures who left a mark, then disappeared just as quickly. Uh, Imagine a fierce Sky Islander who appeared on Sabaody Archipelago, striking with quiet intensity. Uroja's power hinted at a potential that never quite unfolded beyond that arc. Similar. Despite witnessing incredible moments like Kaido's monstrous leap, his role has remained minimal since then. Now, Marusha's story is a mix of promise and missed opportunity. Is he hails from the skies, a lone warrior watching from afar. And though he escaped the chaos at Sabaody unscathed, he hasn't participated meaningfully since Pulse Note to Volta, and fans hope he'll reappear. But for now, he's a silent observer waiting for his moment. Moving on, some villains were memorable but quickly forgotten and finally single a massive. The Yeti Cool Brothers, for example, made a strong impression at Punk Hazard. Massive and intimidating, they seemed set to be a significant foes, but faded once defeated. It feels like their story, much like many Punk Hazard plotlines, was left unfinished. Then there's Vista, the sword-wielding lieutenant of Whitebeard. His skills caught Mihawk's admiration, making him a notable swordsman. Still, after Whitebeard's fall, Vista drifted out of focus with little chance of re-entry into the main story, though he remains a respected figure. Magellan, the Warden of Impeldown, is another case. His mastery over a deadly poison devil fruit made him formidable. Yet he mostly exists in the shadows post-Pirate War. His power is undeniable, but his appearances are rare, saving his strongest moments for when they're most needed. Some characters, like Garp's old rival, Bang Shinjao, briefly reappear and impress. Once a powerful pirate, he's now more of a background player. Still, his hockey prowess hints that he has more in reserve, leaving the door open for future surprises. Yamato, Kaido's child, seemed destined for a bigger role, and her connections to Luffy's brother and her fierce personality made her a fan favorite. Though she's appeared sporadically, many believe she'll return in the final battles, possibly joining the Straw Hats. Meanwhile, some of Big Mom's commanders, like Cracker, had their moments defeated by Luffy, but showing potential attention. Yet they faded into the background. They strongly scared with only hints that they could reemerge in future story arcs. Enel, the self-declared god of Skypiea, once caused chaos with his lightning powers, defeated by Luffy's resistance. He vanished from the storyline, but remains a symbol of extraterrestrial mystery. Fans speculate he might return before the end. And then there's Gecko Moria, and once a feared warlord who dared to confront Kaido. His defeat turned him into a shadow of his former self. Despite attempts at a comeback, he's largely forgotten now, lingering in the depths of the Florian Triangle on Coast. Lastly, the legendary Sengoku, once Fleet Admiral, played a crucial role during Marineford. Though mighty, his spotlight was often shared with others, and his story felt less prominent compared to newer characters like Law and Corazon. So what's the common thread here? These characters blazed brightly for a moment and then drifted into obscurity, yet they left us craving more. It's almost like they're the series' secret stars, shining briefly before making a graceful exit. Maybe if they all teamed up in a giant pirate mech, they'd finally be unstoppable. Though that might be a bit dramatic. And remember, if you enjoyed this rundown of One-Time Legends, subscribe and like the video. After all, in the world of One Piece, some heroes are like some food, best enjoyed briefly, then moved on from. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.